And what's up, everybody? I'm back with another movie review. Today, we are reviewing Invincible. This is a movie that was released back in 2006. It is a true story movie, which I did not know until the end credits. But it's about a guy who walks onto the Philadelphia Eagles and ends up becoming a star player for the team for a few years. And it is a really cool story. I'm glad they adapted it into the movie. Can I just say, though, that this is a really weird Disney movie to have? Like, I wouldn't expect Disney to go this route for a movie. It just doesn't feel right. Especially right in the middle, like right in the prime era of their Pixar era, with Cars just coming out the same year, like Ratatouille along the way, Wally's coming along as well, and all these other great movies that have already come out. And all this other stuff that they've been doing outside of Pixar. It's really weird that they did a football movie starring Mark Wahlberg and the lady who now does Press Your Luck. That's just really weird. But it works though. So I got a lot of thoughts on this movie. Let's just jump right into it, shall we? Overall, I would say this is a pretty good representation of Eagles fans as a whole, especially back from the time that they were setting, the 1970s, just very rowdy. They very pessimistic. They don't look upon their team very favorably. Whenever they can never be satisfied until they are at the very end, though. So there you go, pretty good. I was really pissed off at the beginning of the movie when Mark Wahlberg's wife, like, she was dogging on him for losing a job when he had three jobs. He had the factory, which went on strike, so he lost that job. He had substitute teaching, though, and also was working at a bar. So even after losing the factory job, he still has two other jobs. But this lady never showed she wasn't working any jobs. And it's like, if I was in that situation, right, where I was working two jobs still, and my wife was like, "Are you going to get another job? We're low on income." I'm like, "Do you have a job? This is a marriage. You got to work together here." I get it was the 70s, but I'm sure anybody would hire you. Like, come on, dude, and get off her back. So that really pissed me off. That really pissed me off. But, and that it also ended super quickly. I felt like they could have done away with even having that whole dialogue scene entirely, because I thought at the beginning the wife was going to, like, stick through the marriage and stuff, and it was going to work out that way. But then she just leaves. It just feels that part just felt very unnecessary after she left, because, like, why even have that part to begin with? Why not just start with her leaving and not include that part entirely? It just doesn't make a lot of sense at all, really. But then I did like the football part. They definitely chose to drag out some parts of the movie that I didn't think needed to be dragged out. There are some scenes where it's just like, there's a lot of him just walking or running or just doing nothing, and it's a little weird. Kind of kills the pacing of the movie a little bit, but you get through it. And then they rush right into another love interest. This is where the Press Your Luck lady comes in, and she also feels a little forced because they kind of just throw her in, and they give her the arc of being a Giants fan, and that being like a huge obstacle to overcome. But it's not. In this, they don't really, they talk about it, and obviously, like, there's scenes about it throughout the entire film, but it's not like a huge roadblock in between these two as a couple in a marriage. Like, it's like, and I guess they don't get married, but at least we don't see them get married. But, like, really, you had to have that part thrown in. But also, the whole relationship as a whole kind of feels forced, because it just feels rushed. Like, we jump from them meeting to them falling in love. Like, yeah, obviously we knew there was going to be something going on between them, but there's no establishment with them as characters as going together. They just kind of throw them together, and then it just happens. Which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. It doesn't. I don't know why they did it that way, but I guess that's how you do it. I don't know. But overall, if you get past that, I mean, it's a cool movie just to kind of see him like defy all the odds, go over across all the characters and stuff. And I'm a big football fan, so it's kind of cool to see that aspect of it as well. Just watching the characters interact with each other, do all these great things, and have a very happy ending for the movie. Was really really good. So, and I thought they recreated the scenes well. Obviously, I think the vet was torn down at that time because they were already over at the link. So I don't know. I think they did a really good job recreating it though, and that was cool. So, so that was cool. So good. It was a good movie. Not like a spectacular movie. It definitely kind of jumps all over the place. It goes from one thing to the next thing, next thing, next thing. And despite it being almost a 2 hour long movie, it doesn't really have that much of a flow to it. I guess it's closer. It's a little over an hour and a half. It's a hour and 44-minute long movie. So take it that as you may, but overall, though, I think it works. It's a good movie, and if you're a big football fan, I would definitely recommend watching this. If you're a big Eagles fan, especially, football fans, Eagles fans, if you're not really into that sports aspect, it's probably not going to be for you. So just know that going in. But for my score, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It was good. I would, definitely watch it again if I needed to, but it's not something I'm going to rush back to watch. But it's still pretty good. So, but that's going to do it, though, for this review. If you've ever seen Invincible, I'd love to know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. And that's going to do it for this video as well. So stay tuned for much more amazing content, including more movie reviews. All right. Till next time. See you guys later. Goodbye.